Welcome back to the LEC, where we are joined by Rogue's Trymbi. I want to give you a big congratulations on that win and another 2-0 week. You have also locked playoffs. Did you know that? Did you know you'd be locking playoffs with a win?
Yeah, I had a little bit of a break, so I went to my team and I heard it because someone said it. But yeah, we were like, yeah, whatever. I guess it's like
just another day in the office for you, right?
Yeah, I know obviously people were happy, right? But I think we did not really think about it in a way that we just felt that it's secured, right? No matter what happens, I think. So, I mean, it's obviously nice that we secured it with the win today. And the win overall was nice after the 0-2 week that we had last week, right?
For sure. So let's talk a little bit more about this game, because it felt pretty close at times. The casters were joking about how it felt like it was a game between Vitality's top jungle and your mid AD. But as the game kind of progressed, it felt like that you claimed full controls. How did you feel the game went, and where do you feel like you really took control over the whole game?
I think that caster should have said that I was doing a bit of a work as well, because I think my champ was pretty nice against enemy champs. I think that with my ult, right, they just can't engage, so it's really nice, I think, to play Tamker this game. And overall, I think it was a bit weird the way the game was played by us, because there was one of two I think after the nerf there was this incident, right, that we're chasing Galio, I think, or something like this happened, and then we died and stuff, right? So the game looked really messy, so it was not like one of the cleanest games and one of those games that you would be proud of, right? But I think we played solid and we were trying to play together as a team, which was really nice to see.
Yeah, I think we definitely saw that. Now, Larssen is the key player of the game. He's someone that we have talked a lot about this split. Now, what did you think of his performance this game?
I mean, I think that, we had a bit of a blip last week, whether that was the champions or whatever, bit of a down at that point. But this has been a real up again. I mean, I think that Larssen has been really consistent, really solid. We saw how much of a CS advantage came out, and admittedly it's a good matchup, but that was just like pounding that Galio into the ground, and it did feel like Vitality just couldn't really hit home a lot of the bigger combos because the Galio had so few resources. That was a really big win to have from that laner.
Yeah, it certainly felt that way. So Rogue definitely had a dominant performance, but I also brought you here, Trymbi, to talk a little bit about the last time that G2 and Fnatic met, alongside the fact that they will be meeting for our final match of the day. Obviously, you have a lot of experience playing with these teams, but the last time they met, it was actually a very close back and forth. I don't know if you remember the TP underneath the tower from Humanoid, the fact that he then got locked up. The game was pretty crazy.
Yeah, the TP incident, that was very unlucky because I think Fnatic actually was good in the game before that incident, and afterwards, I just felt like they need to open, because G2's team composition was really good in a way that if they get to actually outscale, they're gonna outscale you to the ground, and it's not even funny how good their team comp was versus an enemy team. So yeah, that was kind of it. Maybe not the team comp itself. I think the Zillion was a crucial pick, right? But that game, I think.
And I do think that one of the identities of the region right now is actually how many mistakes are you allowed to make. And I think that a lot of the LEC teams have shown that they're really proficient at kind of taking those opportunities when they're shown. Hell, we even saw, SK do that against Mad. We've seen a lot of our lower table teams do that in the last couple of weeks outside of that. Seems like it's kind of becoming a bit of a theme for the whole region.
It definitely does feel that way. Now, Trymbi, something I often see you do is roaming mid lane to make mid laners' lives miserable. So when we look at Caps and Humanoid, mid laners that you've tormented religiously, what do you think about that matchup, and what do you think about them going into this?
Well, I think both supports have a lot to prove, and I think in this mid matchup, because both supports can actually influence on it, because I believe both Caps and Humanoid are gankable, I would say, in a way that they're actually gonna fight, I believe, unless they have really shit matchups, right? Then it's pointless to go there. But I think there might be a scenario where actually support will matter, and I think in this game it's gonna be pretty crucial, because the support matchup looks interesting for sure, and I would like to see how the 3v3 goes, or even support just trying to influence the map.
For sure. I think that this support matchup is going to be very important, and directly in terms of how it ties with this mid lane matchup, because Humanoid and Caps have been very dominant in their respective roles, and Nymera, I'm now looking at you. We talk a lot when we look at G2 as a team that typically uses their mid advantage to then play up towards the top side of the map, whereas Fnatic recently, we've been seeing them play a lot more towards the bot side of the map. So when we think about this matchup today, who are you favoring a little bit more, and where do you think they're going to focus?
Oh gosh, that's a really hard question to answer because of course it would be, because these teams are both really, really good. I think that I think I would have favored Fnatic, but then actually Hilly was not getting away with as much as he was used to in the last couple of games he was playing. I think that's a bit of a worrying sign. And while G2 also kind of got outplayed in the early game and just let SK get a lot of gold on their bot lane as the team fight, I feel like if Hilly isn't on peak form, I think that G2's mid jungle is going to have a lot more of that breathing room, which you don't want them to have.
Well, we're going to talk about that in a little more in just a bit, but we're getting close to adding a new chapter to the oldest rivalry in European League of Legends, as Fnatic will look to face up against G2 Esports.